When I walked through the doors, it was like I just took this deep breath and felt that I was safe and my kids were safe. If I hadn't come to the shelter and was given the information and the support I needed, I don't think that I would have be where I am today. Long time ago, I came out to Red Deer fleeing a very brutal domestic violence marriage. And at that time, there was no women's shelters. And so I ran out to Alberta to get away with no information about really what domestic violence was, the cycle of abuse, and how it affects your child or your children. So then, of course, I get into a 10-year abusive relationship again and ended up in the shelter. And this time I learned all about what is domestic violence, what was the cycle, and how it was affecting my kids. I needed that information desperately to really take a look at the cycle of abuse because it is generational. And I grew up in a home, married 2 people, and my whole family went through this, all my sisters, all my brothers. And coming here stopped the cycle of abuse for me and my children.
The shelter really truly is an amazing place. It's the people that work here, I call that we're doing heartstring work because it's work that you do that really connects with your heart. It's a safe refuge, it's a safe port in the storm for women and children who are fleeing violence. And you know, we're a 24-hour operation. We have 14 beds, we have 40 to 42 bed spaces, and it's really in our community, it's the only place that's serving women and children in emergency situations when they're fleeing.
After spending 3 weeks here at the shelter, I returned to school, did my first practicum here at the shelter. Because I did my practicum here, I applied, and I've been here for 23 years.
Literally, the shelter has saved lives. So we have had tragedies in our community, and you know, we have had situations where people have had to leave their homes, leave different communities, and have come to our shelter for safety and security.
Central Alberta is a big area, but it is not good. Yeah, it is very high, the number of domestic violence cases. I don't know exactly how many, but when we have to turn away the number of women and children we know that there's a lot out there.
Last year we had to turn away over 1,100 women, and we had to turn away almost 1,800 children. So in our community, the need is definitely there. The challenge is that we do not have the resources to meet that need. Every year we work with at least like 1,000 families, but it's not enough.
When we're in a domestic violence, you're in chaos at all times. You feel fear, you're feeling unsafe, you're anxious all the time. That is one of the biggest barriers for women coming in, and including myself, was not having any money. And here we don't have to worry about any of that. Everything here, like everything that basic needs is here. And that is a huge relief for our women.
We've been extremely fortunate. The Central Alberta area has been absolutely phenomenal in helping us meet our goal year after year. Without those resources, without people really digging deep and reaching in and connecting to the heart of our mission, it would be very, very difficult to operate as we do. We're already stretched to capacity in terms of our resources, so that money that we've fundraised for, the $300,000, helps us meet our current demand. So that's not including how we go above and beyond.
They're saving lives when they actually support us in the shelter, is because without their donations we would not be able to survive. And them donating is not only saving moms, but it's saving children's lives and babies, and even unborn babies. Absolutely, thank you. We could not have gotten where we are today without them. I am so humbled by their donations and their kindness, and our community is absolutely wonderful.
You know, when you work with cause, you tend to fall in love with cause, and it becomes so much more than a 9-to-5 job. You believe in the mission, and you believe that we really can build a bridge for a better future for those impacted by violence. And that's what keeps us here every day, day in, day out in the trenches, is that we truly believe in our cause, pun intended, and we truly believe in the work that we're doing. But we could not do that work without the community, the generosity of that community in terms of support, whether it's financial or otherwise. We would be lost without that. So I would just like to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone in Central Alberta.